Hello class. Today we're going to talk about the volume of a cone. To recall the cone, we have a circular base with smooth sides that meet at a point that we call the vertex. Now if you think of another three-dimensional object that has a circular base, you may be inclined to think about a cylinder. A cylinder has a circular base and it has straight sides. It's also smooth. That reach together to make another circular side on top. So here we have a cone contained inside of a cylinder. If the cone and the cylinder are the same height, you can see that the volume of this cone looks like it's 1/3 of the cylinder. Here's one aspect, here's the cone itself, and here's another third that's missing in the cylinder that looks like it could be a shape of a cone. So this actually helps us derive the volume of the cone. It is simply the volume of a cylinder divided by 3. So that's it. That's the equation of a cone. It's the volume of a cylinder divided by 3. We're going to need to know what the volume of the cylinder again. So let's refresh our memory. Here I have a table showing different three-dimensional shapes that we've learned so far. We have a prism, a pyramid, a cylinder, and finally the cone. If you recall what the prism is like, it is simply the volume of a prism is the area of the base, because the base is any type of polygon, so in this case you have a pentagon, times the height of the prism. So we take the area of the base and times it by the height, and that gives us our volume of the prism. The volume of a pyramid, we had said, is the area of the base times the height again. The height, though, is the perpendicular distance from the base to the apex in a pyramid. And in that case, we had to actually divide it by 3 because a pyramid was 1/3 of the volume of a prism with the same base. So now we have a cylinder, so the volume of a cylinder is the area of the base, which is a circle, so we have pi r squared times the height again. And then we said the cone is 1/3 of the volume of the cylinder, so the volume of a cone is pi r squared times the height. So here's the r and here's the h again, but now we divide that by 3. Okay? So there might be a pattern that you notice here. Prism and pyramid, they're related in terms of volume. The volume of a prism is the area of the base times the height. The volume of the pyramid is the area of the base times height. But now we divide it by 3 because a pyramid is 1/3 of the volume of a prism with a similar base. The cylinder and cone have the same base, they're both circles. So the volume of the cylinder is pi r squared h, and the cone is just simply 1/3 of that volume with the same h. Alright, so hopefully you can use this pattern of being 1/3 and 1/3 of a prism, a pyramid, and a cylinder and cone to help you memorize these volumes while you're working through the questions. Have fun!